Hi everybody, my name's Andy Rooney and I'm Joan Rabe's brother. Have you ever noticed that when you go to church, they're always asking you to do things, like love your neighbor and love God and be like Jesus? That really sticks in my craw. And they're always giving you pieces of paper asking you to volunteer for things. I don't like to volunteer. I like to get paid for the work I do. Nevertheless, I'm a friend of Joan, and so I'm going to ask you to think about volunteering, but you can feel free to ignore this request. Now here's one. Chalice bearer. That's somebody who follows behind the Father with a cup of wine. It's usually very bad wine you don't want to drink. If it were Scotch, I could see doing it. Here's another one. Actually, this one isn't too bad. You get to be the lector and read something from the Old Testament. The New Testament's too soft for me, but the Old Testament, that's great. I love the one about the rabbi, the priest, and the... No, wait, that's Henny Youngman. He never gave away anything for free. You could be an acolyte if you want. Another one of these things that they're asking you to volunteer for. An acolyte is just a fancy name for an altar boy or an altar girl. You could sing in the choir if you want. Now, I tried to volunteer for that once, but Eric Severide and I showed up drunk at the Episcopal Church in southern Minnesota, and we tried to sing the Minnesota Rouser, and they kicked us out. Then came World War II. They didn't kick us out of that one. Lastly, the coffee host. This is basically somebody who makes poison and gives it to people, and they think that's good. If you want to volunteer for one of these things, talk to Joan. But again, feel free to just ignore the whole thing.